You look so surprised to hear it. But you already knew what I was going to say. I'd imagine you received quite the shock when you realized who the artist had been drawing. I'm sorry for not telling you. I never thought that you would find out. No, wait, please, I didn't mean it like that. No, it's not that at all. I just... Please allow me to explain myself. I swear I'll tell you everything. I won't leave a single detail out. Yes, I swear it. Thank you. I promise I will make it worth your time. Sorry, I'm just not quite sure where to begin, but I suppose I should start here. You're an attractive, well-to-do member of the nobility who's been unwed for many years now. I'd go even farther to say that you've never even entered a relationship in my entire time of knowing you, besides that brief fling with the baker. Despite your blatant refusal to take a lover, you still had, and currently have, many offers of courtship from all over the kingdom. Do you agree with this? Oh, I assure you, my darling, you are incredibly attractive. If it suits you, we could forget the rest of this conversation and instead, I could spend the rest of the night telling you all the things that make you so devastatingly good-looking. It was worth a shot. But I suppose there's no way out of this, is there? Then I'll continue on. Now, we've agreed that you've had many offers for your hand in marriage, and I think it's fair to assume that you may not have remembered all of them. It is a vast number of flowery letters that I find in the trash, so I assume some of the names might escape you. However, I would have thought that a letter from the princess would have caught your attention. You really don't remember? Somehow that doesn't surprise me. If anything, you're the one who looks surprised. Yes, I was trying to propose an offer of courtship to you. No, we hadn't met before, but at the time, that didn't matter to me. I'd been ordered by my parents to find a suitable partner, and though I didn't care about finding someone to settle down with, I couldn't disobey them. However, I couldn't stand any of the candidates they chose for me, so I told them that I would find someone myself. I began attending events held during the social season, so I could find someone that would agree to marry me. However, even though I was only seeking marriage for convenience, I still couldn't find anyone that I would be willing to marry. Most of them were so awestruck by me merely approaching them that it annoyed me. Not to mention the ones that would try to chase me down and beg me to marry their eldest child, youngest sibling, or whoever else. After a few weeks, I was so frustrated with the process, I nearly decided to quit. It was then I saw you. Like some sort of fever dream. I saw you from across the dance floor. You looked bored with the person talking to you, and I remember hearing them brag about how they were surely the best dancer at the ball. A ridiculous claim, given that I'd seen them stepping on every one of their partner's toes all night. But it made me laugh to hear you tell them, in no uncertain terms, that you wouldn't dance with them. I was so shocked that I couldn't help but steal glances in your direction whenever I could. For the rest of the night, I watched you reject every single person who came up to you. I was fascinated. I spent the rest of the social season asking everyone I met about you. I listened to everything they could tell me, but it was never enough. I was too curious about you. By the time the season was coming to an end, I knew that I wanted to try courting you. So I sent you a letter to propose the arrangement. Given everything I'd learned about you, you'd think that I'd have expected that you would just ignore the letter. but for some reason I didn't. I was confused when I didn't receive a response from you. I decided that I would come and see you in person to convince you how beneficial our marriage would be. I was admittedly a bit thrown off by your rejection, but I wasn't willing to give up so quickly. Of course, it was just my luck that I got robbed just as I was entering the town. I was injured during the attack, but before I could find someone to help me, I fell unconscious. Imagine my surprise when I woke up and found myself in your estate. You remember that, I assume. It was quite the shock to find out that you were the one who'd been taking care of me. Seeing you walk into the room to change my bandages made me forget every single thought I had about finding someone else to marry. You were so kind to me, helping to mend my wounds and letting me stay there while I healed. Of course, as greedy as I am, I took you up on this offer. I wanted so badly to know you better, and I knew this might be my only chance to do so. It was clear fairly quickly that you didn't recognize me, which was a refreshing change of pace from the social season. You were so at ease around me. It was so different from all the stories I'd heard about your icy demeanor. I couldn't help but be even more drawn to you. As I healed, I began asking to help you with your day-to-day items, giving you the excuse of wanting to repay you for your kindness. You allowed it, and I spent most of my time helping you around the house. Cleaning, running to the market, cooking. All right, I may have done more watching than cooking, but still, I tried to help. Even if I did burn everything I tried to make. But as I said, I got to spend more and more time with you. Every day I got to know you a bit more, and every day my admiration for you grew. Every second I spent with you only made me fall for you more. Eventually, I asked you why you never entered a relationship with any of the other nobles who sought after you. Do you remember what you told me? You told me that you refused to be with someone who wanted to marry you for something like your fortune or reputation. You would only marry someone who loved you, and who you loved in return. Of course I remember. Every time I thought about that answer, guilt would claw at my throat, because I knew that I'd been looking to marry you for a similar reason, even though I'd developed genuine feelings for you. I was no better than any of your other suitors. I couldn't press the matter of courtship. I knew it wouldn't make you happy. However, the thought of having to find someone else to wed was devastating. The thought that I might have to someday leave you was even more so. So, I decided that I wouldn't. I would stay here as long as you would let me, no matter how greedy that made me. I can't tell you how happy I was when you offered me a job as your maid. I could have kissed you in that moment. Of course I didn't. I didn't know how you would react, and I couldn't risk losing you. So long as I was at your side, I was happy, and I knew I had to do everything possible to stay here. It doesn't matter. I've never wanted to rule the kingdom, and I'm not the only person in line for the throne. One of my siblings can take my place, and they'll do better than I ever could have. I have no desire to return to my old life. Not when I'm with you. Not when I know that I could be here, standing by your side while we walk through the marketplace, or sitting with you in the library. I seek no life besides the one that I've made here with you. Haven't I made my reasoning clear enough? Because I love you. I've been flirting with you for years now. You can't tell me that you're actually surprised. Yes, I meant it. It just feels so natural to flirt with you. And it always makes you smile. Sometimes you even flirt with me in return, and it always sends my heart into a wild pace. I can't tell you what those sweet words mean to me. Of course I've thought about such things, but it seems far too much to hope for. A romantic relationship with you? If I could only be so lucky. But I'm content with what we have. The smiles, the shared glances, the brush of our hands, the secret jokes and whispers for only us to hear. I'm happy with all of it. To ask for more would be asking for too much. It's as I said, I never wanted to do something that would push you away. I would only take what you would allow. I could never try to starve out my love for you, but I won't allow it to take more than you are willing to give. I don't know. I am not sure what you mean. I suppose I would. Yes. Whatever you offer, I'd be more than willing to take. You mean, Master? Are you certain? I don't want you to regret this, and... I think I must be dreaming. Ow, hey, I didn't say you should pinch me. No, I didn't. Because honestly, if this is a dream, then I want you to never let me wake up. Well, if I must wake up, then I hope it's at your side. I can imagine few things as sweet as that. Except the feel of your lips on mine. That is certainly sweeter. Please, never make me leave you. I don't think I'd be able to handle it. Of course not. I'm yours, darling. From all those years ago, and until the end of eternity. So long as you will have me, I'm yours.